Computer. Hey, good morning from Phoenix, Arizona. I've got the beautiful Pinky Benson from Naples, Florida. If you don't know her, here's your introduction. You're going to love her. Probably not as much as I do, but I don't know. You've got a lot of competition out there. So, thank you on this Monday morning with about 10,000 other things that she could be doing, including working on this new book that I keep hearing about. I want to introduce you to somebody who's really helped me sharpen my skills in real estate and how to clear a lot of the noise that's around me. Interestingly enough, I'm having coffee out of my coffee mug from a mutual friend, Fred Wolf from San Antonio, Texas, gave me this, and he also was the person responsible for introducing me to Sue. And Sue, as you know, I was so like a groupie when I met you. I was so afraid to talk to you because you do have somewhat of a star status, at least in my eyes, and I felt very intimidated, but also grateful and unworthy, unworthy. So thank you for being here, and thank you for being a friend. Here, yeah, so I'm goofing up a little bit. It's supposed to be about Sue, but let's talk about Sue. Sue, tell us about your new project. I think everybody's curious. Everybody's been wondering, where the hell is Sue?
Well, Sue turned 50 this summer, and so she decided, woo woo, that there is going to be a Sue 2.0, and
I love that.
I have been very focused on letting, as the Mel Robbins says, let them, let me. I'm really embracing the let me do what I want. And that's where I said, you know what? Josh went away. The kids went back to school. My daughter got a job. I was at home for like a week by myself. So I said, I'm going to write a book, before my mom died, she said, Susan, just promise me that you're going to write. I want you to write. Now also don't ever call me Susan because that's only my mom that can do that. And I said, yes, mother, I will. Now, I don't think that her intentions were for me to write a book about AI for real estate agents. Okay. Like, I think she wanted the real estate expose, which Mama, it's coming. I promise. All names will be withheld to protect their identities, but the expose is in the works too. No, I'm just teasing. But yes, here was the thing. I have coached agents like yourself, Brian, for the last few years. And one of the common denominators I see with my agents that I coach who tend to be, let's say, in their 40s, 50s, 60s, is that they are so afraid of technology. Now, they may not admit it that they're afraid of it. They may make the excuses that they're too busy, they got a lot on their plate, things, oh, I didn't grow up with it. And what I realized is they need help knowing what buttons to press, the very basics of getting started. And I've taught how to edit videos for years, and that's what I would walk them through is touch this button, don't touch that button, do this, don't do that, that kind of thing. And so I said, you know what? They need help with AI. We have all these wonderful presenters getting up on stage and they're saying things like, well, how do you get Chat GPT to recommend you? And it's like, oh my gosh, like they don't even know how to log in, y'all. Like, and you know, I know agents, and our egos get in the way of us saying, I don't know how to do that. So that was where my intention came from for the book is I want to make this super simple for you. I'm going to do it old school fashion. So literally it's 50 pages. You can print it out, and then you have a PDF that says, go here, write this, do that. I think that that's the way the older agents potentially, I mean, not to say like I have some younger agents who've taken it and they were like, oh my gosh, this was so helpful. Thank you. Um, but my older agents who like that old, what is the textile kind where you're holding a piece of paper there and saying, okay, it says that I should log in here, I should go over here and press this button, and this happen. And that's what I wanted to do. And it's funny because I say it's basic, and a lot of people think, oh, she's just going to show me how to write a listing description. That's not what the book is about. Like it is beyond a listing description. It's about taking the basic stuff and turning it to your own voice.
Hmm.
So I don't know if you remember, Brian, but probably about a year and a half ago on Facebook, everybody was showing up online with a chat GPT like character of
Right.
them. Do you remember the cartoon?
Yep.
Right? nobody looks like those cartoons. I hate to pop your bubble, but you are not that good looking, okay? Like you're over there with her, and every single one of them, especially the women, they all look the same. They had like blonde hair and a clipboard, and maybe, because we're Remax, we always have that balloon looming behind us. And then for some reason, and I don't know why it says something, but they were wearing a low cut blouse. I don't know. So but that character that was drawn from ChatGPT, the reason they all look the same is because you are not feeding your ChatGPT the right information, and it is generically producing a photo, a character, your listing description. You have to feed it. You are in charge of ChatGPT. Don't let ChatGPT dictate to you. And I think that's where many agents get so overwhelmed is they go in, they type in a question, and chat comes back with like 15 more. And you're like, oh my God. Oh. And it's like, you control it. Tell them, chat, this is what I want. Ask me only three clarifying questions. It's all about the way you talk to it. And everyone is so hung up on what's the prompt? I went into a class here at my local board and it was all on AI. And as I sat there, it was constantly, well, what was the prompt? What was the prompt? You don't need a prompt. You need to know how to talk to it. Talk to it like you would talk to your live assistant. You're not going to say, how do I talk to my assistant? What prompt do I give my assistant to go get the mail? Right.
I love
So
it. I love
that's
it. It's
it.
so funny. For people who are watching this, the interaction between Sue and I akin to Johnny Carson and Ed McMahon. Sue has some of the funniest damn things that just come out of her mouth, and I love it on Zoom calls, Sue, because you can tell who's paying attention and who's not. Because when you do something that's really hilarious, they're like this. They're not, they're gone. They're checked out. But I will always be there paying attention. Even if I'm on a Zoom call with you and I have to ha answer a text, I'm over here laughing. So I appreciate that. Not everybody realizes that in order to engage properly, you've got to be able to make people laugh. And you do that. And, being an old hard-headed dude myself, if you didn't make me laugh, a lot of your coaching stuff would have gone over my head because I'd have been thinking, I'm offended. Sometimes I'm that way, but not with you. So you broke through the tough skin. I'm really excited that you put this together because I am one of those agents, exactly that agent that you spoke about, the people in their 40s and their 50s. I tend to not press a button because I know that I don't know how to get out of it when I get there. I didn't know that you have to feed chat GPT information, but it makes sense. And having something in print in my hand is always going to be my go-to. I love to file. I have files and files and files and stacks. Um, I think what I might be doing after this, we have a monthly meeting with my brokerage, and I think what I'll do is buy a copy and print it out for each one of our agents that actually show up. Uh, we're trying to motivate people to actually physically show up. So I think this will be my little surprise for those who do. It's very helpful. And most of our agents are my age or older.
Well, I think agents, when chat first came out or AI first came out, was like, oh, it can write your listing description. And it's like, yeah, okay, well, let me explain. I'm just going to give you a little tiny snippet of how you can take chat to the next level. When you have the paid version, it's $20 a month. That is equal, if not less than, what you're spending on that open house tray, water, cookies. Okay. So you have $20 a month. Do not be cheap, agent. I'm looking at you. All right. Not you, Brian, but you. So you can get projects in your chat GPT. So let me explain how I might use one of my projects. I have it labeled as lists. Then I have subfolders underneath of it with each one of my listings. Well, what goes into that listing? Okay. Well, in my book, I'm going to go over exactly what goes into each one of my listings. But some of those items might be, let's say, I don't know how you do business, but maybe you go out and you're old school and you've got the pen and the paper and you're writing down everything about the property so that you can reference it when you get back. Why not take a picture of that with your phone and upload it into chat. And chat can put it boom, 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 type it out for you. And then chat now knows all of these things that you've written out, right? Personally, I use Google Doc. I have a Google Doc for every listing. So when I'm out at the property, I'm making notes while I go through the property. I'm taking pictures while I'm going through the property. Guess what goes into that project folder? That entire Google Doc.
Mm,
Maybe I have a previous MLS that I want to reference, I can upload that into that chat. But now the magic really happens. Once you have that listing, all of the information in there, and you create, say, your listing description that you're, oh, I got a description. Do you know you can also go in here now and work on your social media content from a place of two people, a robot and yourself, knowing what you want to do and what you're talking about? So you could say, one of the first things I do is I say, chat, identify all of the keywords related to this property that I should be including in my social media posts, whether I'm saying them or writing it or what have you. And it will go boom, 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 boom. Now I have all of those. Those I'm going to save so that if I'm making a YouTube video, if I'm making an Instagram reel, I know what the keywords are that I want to hit. Because right now in social media, those keywords are the most important thing that you should be paying attention to. And that's how you're going to get seen.
sure.
So that's just a little secret. I didn't give everything. It's only 50 pages, but I guarantee that for $10, that's the price of my book, you will get 100 times more worth what you'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could do this. And that's amazing.
Yep. Well, this cheap old dude just heard $10. I went, that is cheap. So yeah, my plan to print one out for everybody at the office. I'll pay for each copy because I'm that
Oh
way
my
too.
gosh.
I don't like cheaters and I don't like to cheat. I'm a cop's kid. It's in my blood, it's in my bones, and I love to be able to sleep at night. So I'm not ever going to be the friend that says, Sue, since we're such good friends, can I get that for free? No, no. Friends should be paying double for the price to support their friends. So I'm
Oh, well,
excited
thanks.
about that. One of the points that I think you really brought up is the culture and mindset of those of us that are in my age group. And it's not just having that thing, but there's so much coming at us and the noise and the static and one more subscription. And one of the things I want to point out that you did for me, and we got to speak about it a little bit before I hit record, is that you helped me to kind of sift through to find the seed from the chaff. What's really important? Where should I be focusing my investment as a real estate agent that's going to help my clients? Because if I don't have clients, I don't have a business. So I've got to be able to attract them, engagement. Sue, you are so skilled at helping people of any age group in any industry, not just real estate, to be able to get rid of the noise, to focus in, to hone in. I'm looking forward to buying this book and using it. It's something that I will use because I don't always know what the capabilities are of something like chat or chat GPT are. And that's usually my block. So you're going to get rid of the mystique and help me do that. So thank you.
I
And
think I think that once you start doing it, Brian, you're going to be like, "Oh my gosh, this has saved me so much time."
yeah.
And I have to tell you, we were talking a bit about me taking a little bit of a sabbatical and stepping back. And part of that was releasing myself from extra noise that I did not need. And what amazing happened from that was that I was able to focus so much better. And I focused on another Instagram page. And with the help of ChatGPT, which is in my book, I was able to focus in, create the content that I needed to create for the customers that I wanted to attract.
Mhm.
And in 90 days of creating that type of content with ChatGPT's help, I was able to get over 100 organic leads from Instagram.
Wow.
That's business I'm not paying for, but I'm showing up, and it's not about the number of followers. It's, you can have like right now, I think I sit around 5,000 followers. If you have followers, if you have a bunch of agents following you, who cares? They're not going to buy from you.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be in front of the right audience. And ChatGPT can help you identify that. But it's also so important when we have Messenger and text messages and database emails. And there's so much coming at us that you have to take the break for your own mental state. You have got to pull yourself out of some of this stuff because it's just BS in my book.
Well, thank you. You've helped me clear a lot of it. Um, in in a lot of realms. And today you've given me a new doorway when my bandwidth is finally open to taking it on and going through and figuring this out. So, Sue, I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you.
Well, one thing that people that don't know you don't know about you is that you're one of the most giving people as far as information. Yes, you monetize some of your things, and that's because you have value and you should be. So thank you for that. By the way, if you need a great agent out in Naples, Florida, the Josh and Sue Pinky Benson show is my choice and my go-to agent group, and you'll love them. They're just the most genuine, wonderful people. And look Sue up, pay attention. Find out what she has going on when she does Zoom calls and different meetings because she does pop-ups and they're worth every minute. And you'll see me laughing with Sue.
Thank you, Brian. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Sue.
you.
I sure appreciate you. You take care. I'm going to look for the stop recording button and you all have a great day. Thanks for joining us.